Q95, here with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Brad Garrett will be our guest shortly. So stand by. Right now, we're going to play something from the new Duke Tomato album.
Yeah. What are we doing, man? What are we doing?
Is Uncle Comedy
We're waiting for Uncle Comedy.
Uncle Comedy's late, and we don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
Well, so far it's a good sign for my side because it usually hurts right about now.
Yeah.
Okay. Pacers opening night. Don't forget to be down there. We'll be there at 4 o'clock at City Market, right next to Market Square Arena, just west of Market Square Arena. And free concert with Duke Tomato and the Power Trio starting at 5:30. If you're going to the game, we've got a free Boom Baby cassette for you, courtesy of Bud Light. This is something new from Duke Tomato.
It's called All Be All Right. Duke Tomato, Q95.
Telling a little story.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we're not playing Gambit. I could finish it.
All right. Stories for 200, Alex. Go ahead.
That's exactly right. I'm living with his daughter. You know that, don't you?
No.
Whose daughter?
Alex Trebek's daughter.
No, you're not.
You are.
That's right. And
Really?
That's things that are moist for 50.
It only cost me $25.
That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
That's
And
your claim
he
to
hates
fame.
me. Oh, does he hate me?
Oh, does he?
He he knows most of that stuff. So you really, for real.
He's a real bright guy.
Very, very bright guy. And I'm at the table going, look!
Get in your head.
But hey, nobody wanted rules. I asked. I asked everybody.
So where'd you meet her?
Huh?
Where'd you meet Miss Trebek?
Hey, let's call her by her right name.
Oh, what is it?
You're doing it again. Every time the T-shirts come out, you get crazy.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, I don't want to really get into it because
Okay.
there was this thing in the Inquirer.
You're kidding.
All they want to know is about her. It was all about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want you to know that it's...
It's Mimi, isn't it? Mimi Trebek.
Yes, it is. How do you know that?
No, it's not Mimi.
How do you know that?
Things that are moist for 200.
That's it.
Have you been over to? There was a thing in the paper yesterday. I couldn't believe it,
Yep.
but I guess Prince Charles is in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
right? L.A. And he arrives in Los Angeles, and Prince Charles, one of the most
Right.
famous people in the world, told the limo driver to take him by the O.J. Simpson murder scene.
That's right.
First thing.
Is it that? Is everybody driving by it all the time? Is that anywhere near where you live?
That town is so over. It's just scary what's going on. It really is.
Who'd want to see that?
Who would care? You know what I mean? Who just fry them. Let's move on.
Let's get it over with.
It's over. Just do it.
I agree.
Just do it. Like the ball players that won $100 million. Take care of them brothers now. Listen, chimp, you write the name, you do it right, you get the $100 million. You know what I mean? You take the SAT, and now they're having to do the commercial. You know what you got to do? Stay in school. SKOL. You can't be on the air no matter what your jumper look like. You got to stay in school.
I think it's time for.
We got to take a
short
break. That's B-R-A-K.
How thin is Patrick getting?
He keeps losing all this
Is he okay?
weight. He's going to
Hey,
disappear.
Skeletor, you all right? You okay? What are you telling everyone, Mark? Polio? Jesus, you look like my X-ray. Have a sandwich. Better yet, go through his pockets. Just go right through.
We'll come right back. It's 8:02 WFBQ WNDE Indianapolis. 8:06 at Q95. You're with Bob and
Did you
Tom.
like it, babe?
Time for us to.
You were. Wait a minute, Brad Garrett's our guest. You were on Fresh
I
Prince
was on
of
the
Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You were.
When?
And I was actually the first white actor on that show that actually got to strangle one of the cast members. And that got me Will Smith real good.
Did you?
It's a tiny black man. Got him real good. I just made believe he was my 3-wood.
When were you
Played
on?
a killer. It was really great.
You played a killer.
Played a killer.
Hear anybody?
No thanks.
Okay. Enema Bob?
Yeah.
I'm up for that.
How'd you like me to blow that hat off without using my hands?
So you were on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and
Very excited. I
you
got
played
to
a
play
bad
really
guy.
my first heavy. I got to play my first heavy. I was scene opens up where I'm going through Will Smith's drawers, and it's just his
You're a burglar?
his cabinet. I don't mean his drawers. You know what I'm saying?
I know what
I'm
you
going to
mean.
give it to whatnot.
I know.
Stay in school. Yes. I can tell you the rest when you show up. Stay in school for $100 million. chick had the idea. You make a basket, you get a C note. Boom.
Boom, you're in.
You know what I'm saying? The guy was in a red vest bringing around Subarus 2 weeks ago. 100 million. Where were we?
Brad Garrett's our guest. Brad Garrett, 6'9", a very imposing figure. I'm surprised you don't play more bad guys.
Well, it's just starting. It's just starting.
Because there are a lot of comedians that play the bad guy in the movie Ghost. It's a stand-up. Did you know that?
No.
The real,
didn't know that.
Tony Goodwin?
The real evil guy in that movie Ghost.
Oh, yes. Yes, terrible stand-up, actually. So, maybe I got a shot. Don't let material get in the way of the act. That's what I say, chick. Just look at the fat man with the bad teeth and stay on him, baby. Ride him back to town, hippo.
We're going to...
But it's a sad state of affairs. The Fresh Prince. So we got some pretty good ratings. I played Fingers O'Neill, the killer. And let me tell you,
did you kill the cast member?
Actually, I killed Will Smith in the beginning, and it ends up that it was just a nasty dream and a silly flashback. Let me show you how out of it my mom is. She says, "So I hear you get," because she is really gone. She thinks she's a rockette, and she is. She just, all the right furniture, but in the wrong rooms. I don't have to tell you. One taco short of a patio dinner. Come on, mommy, talk to me. Wait for the lightning. So she tells me, she says, "So you're going to be on the what was it? So you're going to be on the French Priest of Burbank?" I swear to God, this is what she doesn't know I do it. I go, "Mom, it's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air." She goes, "And you play a..." I go, I play a killer. She says, "Terrific." And then there's this pause, and she goes, "You think it has a chance of reoccurring?" Come on, she's a serial killer. I said, maybe I'll just kill off every week. I'll kill off one member of the cast, and I'll be the wacky neighbor that gets my own show, Mom. It's that killing guy.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. You might be able to sell that.
You think so?
Well, you never know.
Now,
Network TV anymore.
Did you do a voice or just your straight? Was it a real serious role?
No, I didn't do a voice. It was me in the flesh.
No, I mean,
But Mickey Rourke did love the strangling scenes.
I'm sure he did. When they want somebody to come in and act.
And Conrad Bain dropped in a few lines.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing wrong with Conrad, huh? Christy, stand up, because there's a lot of people listening.
I am standing. Thanks.
She's a tiny thing. But let's be honest, Tom. I mean, to me, you'd be a spinner. Ain't nothing wrong with it, Wormy. Get your hand away from your mouth,
sorry.
chick.
You're making me
What are you
nervous.
auditioning for the Gerber, baby? Leave it alone. Just read about the pretty ball teams.
Okay.
It's time for the news on Q95, sponsored by...
Roto-Rooter.
Really?
Yeah.
Good
No
luck.
wonder we moved into a beautiful building.
Are you afraid to call a plumber? We've got big-time sponsors, Brad.
Yeah.
Are you afraid to call a plumber because you don't know how much
You know
it
what they
costs?
pulled out of my toilet 4 weeks ago?
I don't want to hear about
They
that.
pulled about
Tell me.
85-pound grouper.
No kidding.
Mouth first, it was doing the mambo. It was gorgeous. It's in
Unbelievable.
Hollywood. It's so freaky. It's just so scary. I want to move. I want to
You
move.
just
Where do you
moved.
want to? Where would you move?
Could you move to Vegas?
Shelbyville.
Shelbyville.
Well, you
I
have
like
friends
it.
that live in Shelbyville.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And,
Who are they? We want names.
who are their names? Let me see.
You don't have to.
I don't-
Wonderful gay couple.
I don't think that they want to know.
Vicky and Jesse. Actually, they're great musicians. Actually.
really?
And they're from L.A. And they're real smart. They'll go, "Hey, we'll go to India and get the real work."
Sure.
So they're playing
Move to
shooters
Vegas.
and who?
Call
I don't know.
Roto-Rooter.
I couldn't without the bypass first.
Really?
I would just that town. They come up to me and shake me. You're going to have to work sometime this week. just getting worse and worse. Tom, you okay? You going over your grocery list, honey? Everything all right?
Free estimates on both plumbing.
Let me see. Handcuffs, wiring, tampons.
You know
again.
the price before they start at Roto-Rooter.
That Betsy's a wild woman. Who was she out with that night? Because she came running out and wanted me in a big way. I'm just telling you this because
Wanting me in a
we
big
go
way.
back 8
She
years.
was out with
You've helped me here.
6 of her girlfriends.
6 of her.
When was this?
Can you imagine?
Roto-Rooter plumbing service. Away go troubles down the drain.
Did you write that? You're in a workshop, aren't you? You are in a workshop behind our backs.
I'm in a writer's
Ooh,
workshop.
you are on our tails.
24 hours a day,
Watch your
7
ass, Tom.
days a week.
This smoking guy is on you.
Roto-Rooter is ready because there's a man in your neighborhood ready to go.
And let me tell you, if there is a grouper in the toity,
Yeah.
Yes.
sit down, rapidly. Let it go. Because from 4 feet underwater, I don't have to tell you what the dangly looks like.
I would imagine larger.
No, you don't.
You know, it would make it larger, wouldn't it?
It'd be magnified,
Yeah.
yes.
Now, here's somebody that's been underwater. Get underwater, look at my penis, and call me. Bob, you have a show. Do it!
Okay, fine. I'll
Just
do
so
it.
incredible. Just so incredible. Now, this fish may need just a little bit of motivation.
He might.
Fish
Are you
loves
sure it's
me.
alive?
He's an,
Yeah.
yeah,
What
he's
kind of
alive.
fish is this?
It's a beta fish.
Beta
His
fish.
name is
Beta
Ted.
fish?
His name is Ted, and he's just
He's
taking
not
his nap
he's
now.
not
He's
a real
cool.
aggressive.
I dare you to eat
Taking
it.
his nap now, he's cool.
He
I
is
dare you
cool.
to eat it.
Don't dare him to eat it.
Dare me to eat it?
Dare
No,
you to eat it.
don't you
Brad.
dare eat the fish.
Brad.
Double dare you to eat it.
Brad.
Oh, yeah?
Brad.
Don't eat the fish. Don't eat the fish.
Come here, Guppy. Come here, you slimy bastard. Ah,
Get your finger out of there.
Get your fingers out of my fishbowl.
Don't
Is
eat
that
the
your
fish.
Yes.
Sushi, anybody? Come on, it's free. If I go down the block, it's $4.95. I gotta listen to the Chinaman. Let me have it.
Would you give him a paper towel so he
Look,
can
but
wipe
it's
his hands
moving.
off?
It's moving.
Well, now I think
See,
so.
well, yeah.
Jews, we love fish, babe. All kinds. Smoked,
Yeah.
filter, run over, anything.
Run over.
Fish with an idea we'll eat. Jews and fish. It gets
Oh,
There you
Chick,
go.
we had the
I don't
same
think
idea.
so.
Thank you.
Don't eat the fish, Brad.
I can't fly anymore. You want to know I flew on American? What? What's that? Okay.
Bad topic.
Okay, can we pretend it's another flight and I can talk about it?
No.
Oh, I got 10 strong minutes here. All right. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll come back.
When, next week?
Okay, thanks for stopping by, Brad.
Oh, let me tell you guys something. You're going to have a little song about it in a month. Leave me alone. Just try to get a little bit of my time. Look, all right, look, listen, what can I say? You don't laugh.
Sorry.
It's time to do news, I
Time for
guess,
the
huh?
news.
Look for a little bit of rain in our
Can I do
forecast
one?
this afternoon.
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
please, how long? I
No.
won't.
No.
It's that or Reggie Miller, and that's it. You have to meet me halfway.
Nope.
Okay, all right. Okay.
We could see some afternoon showers today. Look for a high in the upper 60s, about 68. Good news for some U.S. troops in Haiti. The general in charge of the U.S. operation there says up to 9,000 of the 15,000 U.S. troops helping to restore democracy should be home for the holidays.
Do your Haiti stuff.
They always say that. Oh, it's funny because actually I am dating a bisexual Haitian needle user right now.
Are you really?
Yeah, safe.
Safe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if you use a rhythm. Everything's a rhythm. I don't have to tell you how much of the rhythm stick I got working right now. Look how the left leg is over the other microphone. Look at me. I'm not even on a high beat.
The shuttle Atlantis is on its launching pad, sucking up fuel for an 11-day scientific mission in space.
It's a tough morning.
They're scheduled to blast off just before noon, but there could be a delay due to bad weather at the emergency landing sites overseas in Spain and Morocco. Can you see a shuttle landing in Morocco? For some
Oh, my
reason.
God. They would think it's a sun god, wouldn't they? Especially out there in Morocco.
Fire from the sky.
Yeah. Of course, everybody else would be going, look, it's my dime bag. Well, I'll tell you, that's a gimme. Practice a little dentistry, are you, Tommy?
No, what's wrong with the chair? I'm sorry.
Remember, Tom.
That's good.
Don't call me up when the posters come out and go.
I just want to know if when I see the movie, will I recognize? Don't eat the fish.
Little fish.
Don't eat the
Come here,
fish.
little fish. Just call me Geppetto. Come here, Cleo. Come here, Willie.
Couldn't that be really unhealthy, eating a fish?
I would think.
Raw like that?
It depends what end you go with. And you know what I'm saying? Cut off the head, the other, and just the fin.
Get rid of the mud vein.
That's
There
it.
wouldn't
Well,
be
no,
much
see, I like
left
the
of
mud
poor
vein.
Ted if you cut all that off.
What's that?
There wouldn't be much left of poor Ted if you cut all that stuff off. Don't worry about it. He's a great fish.
Don't eat little Ted.
Don't eat little Ted. I'll take you to have
Stop looking at the
sushi
fish.
for lunch if you'll
But
just
you know, there's
leave
something
Ted
about the
alone.
fish. It's just something about it. It's
No.
just,
You-
the way
it's-
its
If
mouth
I see
comes together.
Casper, am I going to recognize your face?
That's all we want to know.
It's a simple
Bob,
question.
don't leave.
I'm leaving.
Oh, well, yes. Well,
Yeah, we will.
I don't really. No.
A lot of makeup, your hair,
We
and
won't recognize you at all?
See, that's it. Well, what they've really done is they shot the footage and then through a computer. They just
altered.
Sucked us out and kept the outline. So,
So it basically could have been
my
anybody.
beautiful hips.
It could have been anybody in Mickey Rourke's voice.
Yeah, it could have been anybody with... Yeah.
Okay.
A U.S. magistrate has ordered Francisco Duran held without bail until he's tried for allegedly shooting up the White House. A public defender argued there's no evidence that Duran was trying to harm anyone, but a charge of attempted assassination has not yet been ruled out.
Burn him, hang him next.
Speaking of security, President Clinton...
That's how you do it. What has happened to our judicial system? It has gone awry.
Oh, it sure has.
President Clinton was speaking about his own security recently, and we have these thoughts from the prez.
I just get up every morning and do my job. I think that every president knows there's always some chance that somebody will be out there thinking about something like that, but it doesn't bother me much. I don't think about it. I just try to work for the Secret Service. I think they do a good job, and I just go on with my job.
That's President Clinton, folks. Lawyers in the O.J. Simpson case can start dismissing potential jurors without saying why. And they'll start that today. There are only 40 people left in the current jury pool.
Hang them, burn them. Next. That's what it is, darling. That's it. Just down them like a lox platter.
Okie dokie.
It's over.
The man heavily
favored. How much
favored.
is that going to cost us, you think, by the time they, you know what I mean?
Appeal and appeal again.
OJ's got to be running out of dough.
I would think.
Oh, isn't it scary?
Mm-hmm.
It's over. I don't understand why are we doing this to ourselves?
No idea.
Where do we go?
OJ should have stayed in school. That's what the point is of all this. I bet he wishes he did now.
Did he graduate from USC?
No.
He's
still taking some night courses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
No, he would another one with accuracy average and whatnot.
He
Yeah,
knew
they
it,
had to
maybe.
tell him in his thesis, whatnot cannot follow a noun. How's Jack?
Jack's fine.
Is he doing okay?
Yeah.
God, still selling the magnets?
Yeah, he's still selling the magnets.
God bless. She said, would you like a can opener with your name on it? I said, Jack, no, and you're on my foot. People just don't know. It's a great, you're a comedian. Maybe you could throw out can openers. I said, that's maybe corkscrews. I'll just throw them into the audience. And, anything.
I want a can opener with my name on it.
You do?
Yeah.
We can probably get you one.
Can you give me a can opener with my name on it?
Sure.
He get you anything.
Anything.
Anything with your name on it?
Anything at all.
Yeah.
Anything at all.
Hats,
Anything.
shirts,
I'd like
notebooks,
that.
anything
Yeah.
with your name on it.
Anal probes with your name on it. They come in three ice cream colors. They're beautiful. Anal probe, and you can use them in anything. You have to pick your ass. You can do anything with them. You know what I'm saying? I use them as a drink stirrer myself. After 8 o'clock, Chris turns off the lights.
Conversation piece. I mean, you don't have to do that.
I was jet skiing with Jack, and if you've never done that, God bless him. We're literally out there in the middle of the lake. He just looks at me and goes, "Let's leave, everyone." You gotta hang him. You just gotta hang with him.
The man heavily favored to regain the mayor's seat in the nation's capital promises he'll step down if his drug or alcohol addiction resurfaces.
Who said that?
Marion Barry.
Barry.
But he said he would not take random drug tests. Why, you ask?
But he will take random drugs.
Well, yeah.
We're halfway there, Bobby. We're halfway there, just a stanza away.
According to Barry, that random drug testing shows only whether you're clean at the moment, and he says it's easy to manipulate
Somebody
those
hold the
test
monkey.
results.
I'm going to give one more shot at that fish.
No,
Eat the fish.
leave the fish alone.
Eat the fish. Eat the fish.
I will be forever traumatized if you eat that
If he
fish.
eats-
Would you be forever traumatized?
Yes.
It's radio. No
So
one
that
would,
would stop our relationship?
no one
It
would
would.
believe him if he ate the
It
fish.
would.
See, if it were
I can't
TV,
do anything. I can't talk about other things. I can't eat the fish.
you can eat the
Bigger
fish.
offices now,
But I'm
isn't
just
it?
saying, if you're going to eat the fish, let me know it so we get someone in here with it, so we can get it on video.
We're not going to eat the
You're
fish.
such an opportunist, Tom.
We have a video camera.
What's wrong with eating fish? I mean, you eat fish all the time. Don't you
Yeah,
eat
but
sushi?
not live ones.
We don't want him to eat our fish.
I
next.
like that
Burn him, hang him
fish.
next.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob. The latest effort to polish the tarnished image of Tanya Harding's going on view at an Oregon art
Have
gallery.
you seen the video?
No, have you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have it
Where's
here.
the video?
We used to have it. I don't know
used
if
to
it's
have
still
it.
here or not.
I think the general manager did
And
the
it's the
video.
wedding night or something?
Yeah.
Now there's reports that it's
it
been
really-
doctored a little bit, that
Go-
they've gotten back together to do.
Galooly is
Tanya is so considerate.
Is she really that
And
considerate?
Mr. Galooly?
And Mr. Galuli?
Hung like a donkey.
Like a donkey? Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
From the Portuguese word for donkey.
He's gifted.
He is gifted.
So maybe it wasn't a baton that they whacked that other bitch with. You know what I mean? It's like a lily tripper and just let it out.
There you go. Oh, my God. She's so giving. She's reaching.
Really, huh?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
Very
incredible. I'm getting moist. I'm not going to lie to you. Again, another
Is the
category.
video in the building still?
I don't think
The
so.
video in the building.
Where did it go?
I have no idea.
Dino,
we
do
still
we
have the
video?
Tanya Harding video?
No, we're talking about the video of Tanya's wedding night. Apparently, with Jeff Galuli, he set up
We
a
have the
camera, and
ping pong lady.
she acknowledges the camera. She waves, and
We have the,
in her wedding dress.
lady?
It's unbelievable.
Oh, that's the best.
Now, allegedly, the story yesterday in the news suggests
That it's been
apparently
doctored.
someone who apparently didn't have much to do watched the video repeatedly, and they've noticed apparently that Galuli has a mustache in one scene and then not in another.
That her wedding dress isn't quite the same in one scene
So
as it is in the other, and
they
that the
think
bed's
that-
been moved. And
So they think
So they
actually
brought in
went
like
back.
a stuntman for this guy? Is that what happened?
No, they think they just got
they
together.
filmed it again so they'd have more footage.
to work with, to edit,
To sell
make it
more
a
of them.
better
Oh,
video.
so he only lasted like 45 seconds, and they had to snip it and
Basically.
Probably.
put it in the commercial. For Roto Rooter, maybe. Huh, Chicky?
We have another video of a lady who.
Do you have that one here?
It's
Maybe.
Is that
absolutely
in the house?
hysterical.
That one.
Can we put on
you'll
like a
have to
long
listen.
record
Brad?
and check this out?
She
We'll
shoots
take a
Ping
break.
pong ball.
She shoots ping pong balls. Wow.
It's the funniest
And
thing
it
you'll
makes
ever
this
see.
sound. It makes this sound.
Really?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You got to see it.
Where is she shooting him from?
Well-
Maybe that's...
Let's.
I see.
Her body.
Can we just move on and we'll
take a
show you in a
break.
minute?
I got to know on the air.
No, I must see it now, or you're
Take
going to
your
eat the
pick.
fish.
We'll
Can't
take
do
a
that.
break and
My
do
pick?
sports.
Grand
next.
idea. It's 8:24. 8:28 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom.
Good morning, sports fans. Bob, Tom, Christy.
Chick.
Chick.
What about me? What about... I'm eating the fish.
Uncle
Garrett.
Comedy.
Eat the fish, Uncle Comedy.
me, Skippy?
Good morning, Brad.
Yeah, you're going to drop me like a gremlin transmission to coddle me.
Comedian Brad Garrett is here with us. Brad is at the Broadway Comedy Club. I got it out.
Under my house. It's over with Frank, you know.
Is it?
He's touring
They
now.
had no, it's all done.
We just played Chicago 3 weeks ago.
Well, he doesn't know it. It's over.
all over,
It's
huh?
done. They had to cancel the LA dates, and I was going to do the last 3 weeks, and they called me and they went. It's over.
Sorry.
Is it a guy named Vinny that's calling you?
No, Hank.
Hank.
Hank called me. Hank called me. The eagle is dead. Everything is in code. Everything is in code. You know, I go, how's Mr. S? He thinks he's Lana Turner. he was like, what happened is they went to like Virginia, like outside of Washington, D.C., and like the president and everyone, came, and he was just... literally introducing people that weren't just in the audience, that have been dead like 20 years. You know what I mean? It was incredible.
No, can you put
That brings up one of our favorite
Put the headphones
news
on.
sound bites.
I don't know if you heard about this. Wasn't this near Maryland?
That was
This was
somewhere near
West- this was
Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah, it was in Virginia.
Okay,
pretty
Virginia.
swell.
This is when you might have heard about Sinatra collapsing on stage.
I did that show. I opened for that show.
You
I was-
did?
Yes.
You were there?
Yes.
Listen to this. This is one of the fans. This is real audio from outside the show.
When I seen his weapons hit, I said, oh, my God, he's going to die. And I just stood there in total shock.
Oh, my guy's gonna die.
This is the best.
This is I guess
ever.
Frank was on stage. Here we go. Here's it again.
When I seen his weapons hit, I said, oh, my God, he's going to die.
Oh, my.
And I just stood there in total shock.
That sounds exactly
You were there?
like my mother. She has the same dialect and
Really?
as my mother.
You must be proud.
I am.
Oh,
very
yeah.
proud.
And you were there, huh?
I was very there.
Wow.
Very, and it was scary.
I'll bet.
And the guys, nothing phases them. They're backstage going, he's falling down now. They don't even, they're like, they're so used to everything. Now he's falling down. Poor Frank, an hour later, Literally. I mean, he's backstage after, and he was like ready to go out and have a couple, you know. But then he looked in the mirror. He goes, "What does it say, Yamaha on my forehead?" "Oh, is that your mama? What is that?"
Frank is what, 80 now?
Something like that.
It's 80.
It's getting up there.
Which, 80 years in Sinatra life is. Can you imagine? Oh my God! God bless him, and I wish him the best.
But the tour is canceled. Huh?
I think so. Well, they're just going to let him keep going, but the orchestra is staying home.
Okay.
Okay.
It's going to be everybody I opens for, they either die or they become born agains, and they get off the
Sheena Easton.
Now see that real loser. I got to tell you,
Sheena Easton is a loser.
Please,
she played the MGM right after you were there.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I did a thing with her, and she's just tinier than you.
Really?
Tinier than you, and just.
Hello.
What the hell are you
want
doing?
to call a technician, Tom? Is everything okay?
I lost all my audio.
Sending code.
Did you really? It couldn't be the new studio, could it?
No, these just dropping the buttons.
I'll eat the fish.
Eat the fish.
I'm going to eat the fish.
So I'm sorry.
Burn him, hang him. Next. I'm the monkey.
Burn him,
Come on,
hang
my
him
new
next.
anima. Please listen to me, my worm boy.
This morning,
Our new saying.
things are getting personal in the Glenn Robinson Milwaukee Bucks contract squabble.
Give the Schwarza nada.
According to Robinson's
You
agent,
hear me? Put him in a caboose. He stamps tickets.
the Bucks have portrayed
You hear me?
the NBA's top
It's out of
overall
hand.
draft choice as
I could be getting $1 million if you want to look at it like that for sitting there.
Robinson's agent says the Bucks are calling Glenn
Bet you wish you
a
played more
greedy,
basketball now, huh?
Something.
a greedy little
Something.
black athlete.
A greedy little black athlete.
The man is very tall. And
The club disclosed 2.5 weeks ago that Robinson wants $100 million over 13 years. The Bucks have offered $60 million over 9. What do you think of that?
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah. You know what you do? This is what you do. You take all these multi-billion-dollar players, you let them go, and you let the 6 worst guys play. And that's how you do it. You go from city to city with the worst guys, the guys who have never worn the shoes on the court, that wear the headphones for the whole game. You know, the guys playing Nintendo at the end of the bench like this. These are the guys you put in. You take all the Rudies and you throw them in there and you give them the lights and all the booms, and you do the whole thing and you let the little man play and you take all the expensive brothers and you put them in a van and you just...
no one's going to go to the games. They want to see the world's best athletes. That's who these guys are. They don't want to see Rudy. Do you want to see Rudy?
Tom, I am Rudy.
Tom, I couldn't even sit through the movie, Rudy.
Denver Nuggets center.
What's wrong with you?
Glad you didn't say that when David Anspaugh was here.
A little slow for me.
Denver Nuggets center.
No nudity.
Yeah, but the Galooly tape, that you're riveted.
Now, see, you haven't seen
That
it.
I'm holding to.
You haven't seen it, Brad.
You'll say it's better than Rudy. I'm telling you.
Really?
Yeah.
John Bobbitt's thing I wanted. I got on a plane from L.A. to Vegas, and John Bobbitt gets on.
No.
South with an entourage of like 10 bodyguards, and they're all wearing these John Bobbitt baseball hats, and and he's walking on the plane like this, doing this, shaking everybody's hands,
Did Jack get him the hats?
with the hats.
Says John Bobbitt.
Jack did get a hat.
You need John Bob.
So I yelled, "Hey, John, you should at least cut the bill off the hat and make it accurate." Of course.
And now he's in an X-rated movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No,
that?
I can't imagine that.
John Bobbitt Uncut.
scary.
Yep.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
And apparently he's about to start touring gay bars and dancing.
Yes.
Or is this?
He did that.
Really?
He did that on. I think was supposed to have done it on Halloween night.
Does he need an opening act? Because Frank's a little.
Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, I could do the same stuff. Are you ready for Frank?
Brad Uncut, huh?
That's how I went out the last concert. Are you ready for Frank? Because I die out there so much. I figure kiss his ass, pump him up. You know what I mean? And I walk off stage and Hank would go, Frank ain't ready for Frank. Everything you try, nothing works. Nothing works. No matter what you try. What you try. Yeah. What did the Red Wings do last night?
Denver center, they're on
They're
strike.
not playing yet.
Denver center Dikembe Mutombo says that if Glenn Robinson gets $100 million, I get $150 million.
Plus
Sure,
a
that
goat, a
works.
boat, and some beads. Why don't we just pay these guys what we're used to? You know, give them some spices and a treasure chest. You know what I mean? There you go. Here's a blowgun, Ronnie. Hit the wall. You know what I mean?
Golden State, Miami.
And you know, Rodman, ever since he stripped Madonna, he's lost his mind.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He got himself some of the erotica funky comedina. The brother is spitting now. I'm telling you, he got some of that white funk, man, and he is just out of his mind.
Golden State.
Out of his mind.
Miami.
Dressing like a crayon. Did you see him the other night?
Completed a trade.
Fuchsia this week.
The brothers on the pipe.
Yeah.
I have to tell you,
Ronnie
the brother like, jump and they're going, Ron, you're on the bus, Ron.
Ronnie Cycli is now
Jump out.
Golden
Jump
State,
out.
and Billy Owens is a member of the Miami.
Stay in school because the pushers on the outside, it takes them longer to get around the fence.
They
Stay in
have,
school.
they have made it official. They've suspended Dennis Rodman 3 games without pay. NHL has canceled all 26 neutral site games.
Dennis Rodman and Madonna. There's a video. That's,
Yeah, that would be it.
would I love to see that?
Each NHL club
I got
has
your
also
material, baby. I got your
lost
material,
another
girl.
10 games, meaning the original 84-game slate is now down to 70. It looks like the drop-dead date for saving the NHL season is January 1st. The lockout has reached 34
This is
days.
perfect. They'll get down to 7 games. That's all we watch anyway.
You're right.
Boom, dead.
Playoff, Stanley Cup.
Hang a bird
Am I
up
right?
next.
That's it. That's it.
Jeff Bagwell won the AP Major League Player of the Year Asterisk Award. The NFL has gained a couple new teams, and now they're in
Chick, you really seem like you're in your job
divisions.
today.
I'm just...
Did we wake you out of a big nap?
I'm just trying to
Maintain
while you
You're
jump
doing it
in.
beautifully, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Let me do one thing. Are you almost done? Let me hold the member just through the next day. let me.
All right.
Let me show you why they call me the Red Wing. Okay, come on over here. See my boot? It's steel-toed, my friend.
Charlotte
You
is
can
going to
ride
be,
that all weekend.
Charlotte will be in the NFC West. Jacksonville in the AFC Central. That makes the
Onto my house.
NFL 6
I
division
fell down.
of
Boom.
5 teams each.
You're marvelous, ladies and gentlemen. This next tune was written for me by Mr. Palenka.
Veterans put on a clinic for the
A
freshmen.
real fag, but a good rider. A little Palenka wearing those disco boots, baby.
Cream and Crimson game last night at Assembly Hall. Alan Henderson scored 22.
When I was 52.
Grabbed 10 rebounds to lead
You're
the
marvelous. Where am I?
Red Squad.
It was a
Sports this morning brought to you by
Roto-Rooter.
No, that was last hour.
Hey, if you got a guppy in the sink.
Cocktail Cove. Tonight, live music with Rock Doll featuring hits from the 70s and 80s, and Brad will be there under a table tonight
That's
at
right.
about 11:30.
Waiting for my mystery friends.
Well, drinks and domestic beers $1. Import
I
beers
like this. What is
and
this?
call drinks. This is Buzzy Jones.
Who is this?
Buzzy Jones.
Local band Buzzy Jones.
He's
That's right.
marvelous, baby.
Yeah.
Rocks like a one of them bitches over there at the Luxor. Marvelous.
All well drinks and domestic beers $1. Import calls.
Let me get that.
Import beers and call drinks $2.
Somebody get that.
That's the Cocktail Cove.
All right, who's on the phone? Morning Q95.
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
Kevin?
This is
Kevin Call. Hi,
Former
Kevin.
Colt Kevin Call is on the phone here. Kevin.
Kevin, go back to the laboratory. Kevin, you're an hour early. Back to the laboratory. Put the wires back on your toes.
Kevin, what you doing?
Paper route.
Nothing right now.
How are you, Kevin? Hey, you get a little more air in that Huffy? Kevin, this is what you do, my friend, because you're a man with a good heart. You take a gun, you go down to that damn stadium, and you start. Okay? Do you hear? Now, you listen to me.
You've got a
Listen
good
to me.
heart.
And that's what you do, because you're a good man.
No one understands you like Brad. You do it.
What's going on, Brad?
Oh, man, I'm just nursing it back. Praying it's a shanker.
Oh, boy.
So when they going to retire the jersey, Kevin?
They already gave it away.
They did,
There are only so many numbers between 1 and 100.
That's true.
No, actually, I got 2 of his jerseys with a Gretzky card on the Home Shopping Network the other night. It was great. And the Kevin Cole Oven Mitch. Take it away.
That was from Jack.
And
Yeah.
Have his name on it?
Jack can do oven
Jack
mitts,
can
too.
do oven mitts, too.
Man.
Yeah.
That's sports.
Jack's great.
I'll get you 500 magnetic business cards. You ever had magnetic business cards? They got to make sure you have a wallet that doesn't stick to. That's the thing. And that's why you don't want any studs on your jeans. It'll take you half a night to give them your bid. You know, the Tin Man. Imagine the Tin Man with these business cards. You could
Kevin.
Hello.
Kevin, do me a favor. Get on the Huffy and hightail it down here. I've invented something that'll take place of the cup.
Kevin, we'll see
It
you
comes
later.
in 5 flavors, Kevin.
We'll take a break. Come right back.
Kevin, don't forget me.
8:45 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Hello. Let's see. Where was I? In Indianapolis. Okay.
You know, I think I can get Kevin Cole a great gig. Maybe just doing some bodyguard work for me. Because, I can't, what I'm saying? I can't go to the John.
Really?
Oh, it's crazy.
Really?
Just get Kevin to stand at the side of the stage, throw him just a large rack once in a while and let him chow down. And
Brad Garrett is our guest here.
Just,
Brad is at the Broad Ripple Comedy Club this week, and Brad is the star of one of the stars of the forthcoming movie Casper. We've been talking a little bit about that.
That's right. The mystery role.
Recently had a
So you got to see the whole thing?
Huh?
You got to see the whole movie?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't. It's some spectacular special effects. It really
Is everything been shot and filmed and they're done?
Everything, all the principal photography is done, and they're still they'll be editing it, and probably until February comes out in May, and it's. Hey, look,
Do you get to go back and do your voiceover? What's that called? Looping?
ADR. Little.
Have you done that already?
Some of it. There'll be more we have to do. But I sing a song.
You do?
I do a tune.
And do they use your voice?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
What's the song?
It's called...
Shut up, Jake.
It's just unbelievable.
Bob has his gun here.
I do.
You have your gun here?
Yeah, I'm going to pick off Chick real fast.
Good. You know what? Call Kevin. He'll block the driveway. Do it. Get him now. Just get him in the metal plate and hope for a good leg.
We'll give you a 10-second head start.
So, what's the name of your song?
Huh? It's called Lucky Enough to Be a Ghost.
Do you remember how the tune goes?
Let me see.
You have a song?
Yeah.
Lucky enough to be a ghost. Kind of like that.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, that was really great.
Yeah, and
That is great.
Yeah. Well, I don't get to sing the whole song. You know
it's
what I
part
mean?
of it.
Does Mickey Rourke come in and sing the rest of it?
Yeah. Huh?
Mickey Rourke sing the
No,
rest?
no, it's funny. We got Bobby Goldsboro. That's coming by, and he's gonna,
Honey?
because hey, he whips him out, doesn't he, Bobby?
He does. Oh, yeah. The hits keep
Unbelievable.
coming.
No,
That's it.
I was very disappointed that you weren't in Las Vegas because I understand from someone who's been in Las Vegas with you
You're not talking about Pony Boy, are you?
that when you walk around Las Vegas,
Everyone knows you.
everyone knows you.
Well, I wouldn't say I walk around Las Vegas, but I kind of bump around. You know what I'm saying?
I know you.
It's like, oh, I'll pay for it. I get a little, because everything's just free there. But the gambling. See again.
Do you play? Are you a player?
Well, see, I don't play unless I drink.
So I'm down
Now,
thousands.
I was
Hundreds of thousands.
I was told
You know
that
what I
you're
mean?
not allowed in certain casinos. Is this
Well,
correct?
only the Silver Slipper,
Oh, okay.
and there's a reason for that.
Was it a little disruption?
I had a problem with nudes on ice.
Is that
There's a
right?
show called
The
Nudes
usher
on
was
Ice.
bringing me down to the fourth row. You ever see nudes on ice?
I've seen the sign for it, but
Never
I've
She
never
was
seen
bringing me
the
down the fourth row, and I got a little entranced by the reflection of the flashlight. And
The next thing you
I
know.
didn't stop, and I went right out on the ice. And I was wearing some beautiful boots, gorgeous. And so they Silver Slipper, but I just they pound those watered down drinks into you.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just sitting there, going one more hand, And
What's your game, blackjack?
I'll tell you, on the right night, you could see me at the cigarette machine going, filters! you know what I mean? I'll bet on the elevators coming down the lobby with the other guy going, come on, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4. They're going, get rest.
Do you?
Yeah, I picture him a craps man because he can talk at the craps table. A good game, I would imagine, huh?
Well, Keno is my thing.
Keno,
It's
the high-paced game of Keno.
Oh, man. The game's slow enough for you, Keno? It's like bingo on Valium. Isn't it? It's incredible. And it's worse odds in the lottery. You can't get enough Keno. It's like 18. 40. Here's another number you don't have. 2. That's how they should call the game. Just Keno.
Numbers you don't have.
But the old people love the Keno. Love it, because it's the only game they can follow. They look up the sign like they're waiting for the mothership. Yeah, Grandma, that's the 7, and it's going to be a 7 for about 20 minutes. Did you gamble a little bit out there, or did you guys just stay in the suite and spit over the balcony?
No, I played some craps and some blackjack.
Tom,
however, did not.
We're not
play.
talking to you, chick.
I'm sorry.
What happened, Tom?
Well, I have an interesting theory on gambling. What I did is I would give my money to Chick and to Dog, and they would bet it for me, and I won 12 at the roulette table.
10 out of 12 he hit.
Just playing colors?
Yes. 10 or 12. All C notes.
For $100 on it?
All C notes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I've been in that town 11 years. I have never won 1,200. I've never held 1,200 for 5 minutes. I keep having this dream that I'm in Vegas and I win $100,000, and someone just comes up behind me. You made it. This isn't your money. Yeah.
I've had that dream too.
Have you really?
Oh,
That's my. So you really did good, and you didn't even have to gamble.
Well,
you paid a couple guys to sweat it out for you.
I didn't pay them. I probably should have tipped them occasionally, but I did tip Chick. I gave Chick.
Slip you a C note and say,
No.
Thanks for walking.
I
up
gave
and
Chick
down.
$70 and said, "Go bring me back the 70. Keep what you win." He brought back nothing
I lost everything.
on craps.
Okay, so-
See, I got away from the roulette thing.
I lost
Okay, so
everything.
he made you 1,200. You gave him 70.
Well, there was a couple.
Boy,
times
Tom,
we lost.
you gotta get a hold of that impulse. You know what I mean? $3 million a year. You want to give away $70? Lay in that bed, Mister. Lay in it.
Lay in it. Roll around in it.
Jesus, he tips like a Jew going to the electric chair, doesn't he? Yeah. Here's $70, chick. Try to get a room.
Now, Brad,
That's nice.
when you play Las
I
Vegas,
would have come back and said, "Hey, you're 6 for 6. Here's 600. Boom,
Boom.
Jewish lightning. Right in the change purse. Why do you think they make it look like a vagina? There's a reason. Look at a change purse. It'll gobble you up, buddy. It'll gobble you up.
I never looked at it that way.
Well, you got to turn the dash light on.
Yes, I
You
did.
got to pull over and get some lighting going.
Will now.
That's right. It could be your little friend, or it could be the real change purse of life. I'm talking the bearded clam, Chicky. You know what I mean.
We know what you're
I'm no
saying.
idiot.
I'm right there with you, Bradley.
We know what you're saying.
Brad Garrett is our guest. Brad's at the Broadway Comedy Club. Brad, now when you play in Las Vegas,
Yep.
do you traditionally do your stand-up routine, or do you have to do do you often open for the
Puppets. A lot of puppets.
Do you have to open for people often?
Yes,
or do you headline there?
I open for people, and
who's your
it's a whole different thing there.
We talked about Sinatra. Who else have you opened for there?
Well, let me see.
You were there with the Righteous Brothers the week before we were.
Yeah, I do a lot with the Righteous Brothers.
Are they okay?
They're they're great. I mean, it's like they're like do whatever just do the whole thing. Whatever you want to do, have a good time. They're great with that. And then there are some other people, that are just not that. Just not that way.
A little uptight,
and they don't want to anybody take away any of their fire.
So, do you? Can you go right into the casino after you're done? And are you allowed to gamble in the casino?
What I usually do? I usually go into the casino even in the middle of the act, and I'll just play red.
Someone with red in the front row. You're out there. It's a sign.
That's it.
Do you ever go on stage drunk?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay.
Late show Saturday. So you got to understand when you're an opening act. You got to understand. First of all, everybody in the front row in Vegas is comped. See,
is that right?
So they don't want to be there. You know what I mean? I mean, here's a guy that lost like $50,000, and they're going, "You like the Righteous Brothers?" That's what happens. The guy's broke, and the woman's going, "You said I could meet Bill Medley." So the wife has him by the cajones, drags him into the front row, right, and the big fat bastard's in front, and I walk out and start talking about the hair he doesn't have, and they're like, and they're literally looking at me going, "Leave me alone! I'm down $50,000." And this is what you get. Where else here, you come to, at least people in the front row, they know what they're going to get here. But here, and I would say, I don't want to see you on the Righteous Brothers. And this is the night they're reviewing. This is the night they're reviewing the show. This is the night we're reviewing the show. I'm going. Look, I got $40. Let's have a good night and call it even. And I'm doing stuff, and he's, literally. And then I get off stage, and one of the brass comes back from the hotel, the guy who's in charge of credit, and he says, if you know they're down $50,000, just go to the left. You understand what I'm saying? I said, we're trying to make this guy happy, and you just told 2,000 people he's lost his home. You understand? So it's tough. The people that are enjoying you are in the back. There's the buffet. You know how it turns and goes forever. And it's tough. And you're an opener. I'm not on the marquee. 9 years I was, I got billing, which is great because you work for billing, and then MGM no billing, we can't, nowhere up there. They said, you got to be a big star here at the MGM to. Got to be a big headline. And I go, fine. Then I walk out there when I look up the sign, I see shrimp cocktail. And I'm going, here's some good old-fashioned motivation here. I'll bust my ass another 10 years, and I'll be steak and lobster. You know what I mean? Surf and turf, 3 days only. You know what I mean? That's what I hate about that town. What's that?
Easy.
Brad Garrett is our guest.
It's another fishbowl I'd like to get my hand into. Come here, honey. Come here. I'm the guppy man. You don't have to worry about the Trebek girl because, I'm in a, what are different cities? You know what I mean?
Everything in the form of a question.
What are different cities for 200?
Is that how you?
And that brains. She's a nice girl, but I think that skipped a generation there.
Oh,
she's just a nice woman. But you could literally go wait here, and she will. Just literally will wait and wait.
And she will.
Yeah. Well, she's not. Actually, when I met her, no, this is true. When I met her, this is a true story. She was literally near death, and this is true. Totally unconscious. I found her in a closet, and I had to revive her, and it ends up she was a 1985 hide and seek champion. So this gives you a little bit of an example of what we're working with here. And I'm going. Ollie, oxen free, clear. And
Revived her.
Yeah, good woman. Good woman.
That's your new girlfriend. Huh?
You can't have it. Well,
has the word fiance come in?
Huh?
No, you
what word? The F word.
Fiance.
No.
No, let me ask you this. You mentioned that Mr. Trebek wasn't necessarily thrilled with you. I'm sure you were only kidding.
Well, how many fathers would be thrilled with me, Tom?
How about your mom?
How about my mom? She's thrilled with Mr. Trebek.
How about with young lady Trebek?
Likes her.
Really?
Well,
Now, is that good? Does your mom typically like the women that you date?
I don't care what the old
bad once. Okay, she's been married 6 times herself. Okay, you know how many birds she's killed with the rice they've thrown at her weddings? Okay, I mean, my mom is at the point, she's been with just, a starting lineup, and she's going to tell me, about relationships. Oh yeah, Mom, maybe I'll do what you do, and just marry the guy from El Salvador 1 month, and then decide I had a bad Mai Tai and made a mistake. Yeah. But, at first my mom was like, Trebek, that's not Jewish. No, Mom, Aryan. Big German. Big woman. And actually, she's dating me to get to Grandma. Wants to see if she has any molars left. And it's great. It's great.
But your mom,
look, I'm 34. She's just happy it's a woman, I think, at this point. Because she looked at me the other day. We were having barbecue food, and she says, "You're taking it in the can, aren't you?" This is what's good about my mom, because I'm telling you. No, this is true.
That was over barbecue?
It was over barbecue.
Be damned.
Yeah, seriously. Nobody ate the slaw. It was frightening. Nobody touched it.
Just left it.
Yeah. It was just
beef barbecue.
Yeah, that's it. But getting her over the Jewish thing, oh, she was only I said, Mom, if she was Jewish, I'd be on a bullet train to China. Jewish women, they're fine, but they'll make that third eye literally come out of your forehead. They're just something about Jewish women. They're on a mission just to neuter, neuter, or nerder, which is a combination of murder and neuter. It's called nerder, and oh boy, shouldn't have taken them 18 Sudafed.
Brad Garrett is our guest, and
I'm gonna eat the fish, man.
Don't eat the fish.
I'm eating the big fish.
Do not eat the fish.
Eat the fish.
If you eat the fish, Brad,
just on a little roll as I'm watching the Galooly tape.
I think you might be able to, it might make you ill.
Well, I think the fish is maybe a little too fast to get.
Yeah,
I mean, look at it.
Also, look at that water he's in. I mean, talk about hot dog water.
Yeah, well, you got to do something.
Yeah, good point. We'll take a break while...
we have the female performance artist in the next room queued up if you'd like to come watch.
Oh, is that the ping pong ball lady?
Yeah, okay.
Now, if you do see this...
I would talk about it.
Well, you can talk about it, but let's
don't describe.
Let's just review.
I got an idea. Let's use our imagination. and we'll start with mine. Okay?
No, we'll start with...
No, let me show you how I don't cheat it, Tommy.
Okay.
Let's do a dry run.
Okay, fine. Okay.
It's fuzzy. All right?
We'll be right back. It's 9
I'm using my
o'clock.
imagination.
Hi there, 904 WFBQ WNDE Indianapolis. You're with Bob and Tom. Good
I'm on my
morning.
17th beer.
Brad Garrett is here with us.
Ooh, I'm
Could never
spinning,
tell.
I'm telling you.
Brad was just viewing one of the fine videos that was sent to us by one of
Oh, you
our
got to see the ping
loyal
pong lady?
listeners.
Yes, that was actually sent to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah, somebody
People
sent
send us
that.
everything.
Are you serious?
We are like a
that
clearinghouse for
box.
bizarre videos. We could do our own show, the show they can't show.
That was incredible.
Our listeners
That was
are so
incredible. I
loyal.
swear to God, if I got
It's
any
amazing.
closer to that TV,
I thought we
may
threw
have
this
glaucoma
away.
from that scene.
I thought we threw that away, too. Where did
How
it
does that
come
keep
from?
coming back?
What?
This is like
Look in that box,
the old
Brad.
bad penny keeps popping up.
How'd that get back
Oh,
in?
man.
Someone sent us that, too. They send us everything,
See?
Brad.
It's
And they just send it to you with a note or without a note, or
Bob.
and you threw that away. Let me hold on to that for you. Come on, please. I need a new 10 minutes.
spins around.
Let me. It spins around.
yeah.
It's a 14
It spins and it spins.
At 4 in the morning, you'll be going through that bin, won't you?
It's a 14-inch
Telling
Caucasian.
Jack you're going for ice.
Gotta run over to the station real
What we're
quick.
talking about it's a 14-inch Caucasian-colored electric dildo.
Yep, that's
That
exactly
someone
what it
sent
is.
us. I don't know why.
14 inches, huh?
Look at it. Go grab the thing.
I'm not gonna grab the thing.
White shit cast.
Leave
He's been playing
leave
with it for
there.
days.
I don't want to. That's why it's in the garbage. That's where it's going to stay. Thank you.
Bob, I sense a little anger about that dildo.
Well, we keep throwing
Is
it
there-
away.
no?
It keeps coming back.
Bob, is there dildo envy here?
Come on, my little cocktail, Frank. Break down. Come on, buddy. I'll throw you in the air and catch you on terra firma.
Ouch.
Yeah. That would hurt.
It's time for us to
How's the restaurant, Bob? How's the
Review.
restaurant?
Closed.
Closed, huh?
Thank you.
People know it?
It's time to review entertainment news with Christy
Thanks
Lee.
for bringing that up.
Entertainment news.
Brad.
That's Christy's other gig here.
Oh, she has
Entertainment
another gig
news.
now. She's doing everything. She's doing that
ESPN.
that ESPN thing.
Yeah.
I saw you. You were terrific during the. You were exciting. You were announcing the three-legged race. It was great. Look at the burlap coming apart. It was very. The big gigs. The big gigs.
She was in Vegas.
Not a lot of people can cover major indoor
Baby, I got to
lacrosse.
tell you, when the league
Or arm wrestling
She
championships.
did the arm wrestling thing from Vegas.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Imperial Palace.
Imperial Palace.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the Imperial Palace. Big Nazi owns it. Big.
Have you seen his car collection?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hitler,
It's kind of scary.
Vespa,
Yeah.
The guy's got everything.
He's got tons of Hitler stuff.
Hitler, Nazi
Yes.
freak. Yeah, the guy that
He
owns
has a
the
car
Imperial-
vault there.
Yeah, Wayne Newton is taking him to court because what he does is like he has like the old SS cars from like World War One.
True.
Seriously,
Seen
World War
him.
II. Yeah. And he's got like the swastika flags still in him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the whole thing. And every year he celebrates Hitler's birthday.
Oh, I didn't know
He throws
that.
a party. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's got Mussolini stuff. I mean, he's got tons of that kind
I
of
mean,
stuff
the guy
there.
is, you know what I mean? Incredible.
Jeez.
Incredible.
And a bad
So I take the family
decorator.
there once a
And
year.
they have that magic show.
And they, yes.
Well, no, they have the Legends in concert there.
Yeah,
you saw
yeah, the
Legends
Legends.
there.
Oh,
That's
that
where you saw
Legends?
Legends, yeah.
Oh, what?
Because that was the
Yeah,
same
that's
place where
Imperial
we did
Palace.
our arm wrestling
So you're
championships.
going there
Yeah.
as well, Tom.
I just went to see the show. I didn't
He went to the
gamble.
show.
It's great. It's a hoot, isn't it? The Legend Show.
That's the most bizarre. It starts out with this guy who apparently has had plastic surgery to look like Neil Diamond.
Yes.
Bet that was a first for the doctor, huh?
Yeah.
I'd like Cindy
Can you give me
Crawford's
some
nose.
polyester pants I can wear really high and bad boots? I sure can.
That's a very weird show. And when I saw that show, they had a fake Righteous Brothers.
Yeah.
And like the real Righteous Brothers had just been down the street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's strange.
And I think the Righteous Brother fake guy looked like he'd also had his head done to look more like
surgery, did he?
I'd imagine.
The nose was kind of over here, was it? Yeah. It's very strange. Very strange. But they work forever. They have like 8-year contracts, these guys. And
Jeez.
you know, what else are you
Really?
going to do if you look like Neil Diamond?
True.
You know.
Good point.
Well,
You know.
maybe they'll do that for comedy. And that's what I was expecting, some bizarre twist like some Sam Kinison guy to walk out. But
Now, see, that's...
the thing is, the legends are too... I'll tell you what happened is it started out with a Neil Diamond guy, then the Liberace guy, and of course the Liberace guy came out. It was a
Well, God, that could be anyone in Vegas. You know, you think about it, really.
guy in a big fur boa red thing. So
Big fur ball, did he?
we immediately took a C note, put it on red, left the show, came back, won.
And I always see. I just think you're
I've
lying.
been to Vegas
Tom.
with Tom
Tom?
twice.
No,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's
Done it
total.
both times.
It's dumb luck,
It's
Brad.
very scary.
It's a very stupid thing to do. Never do it. In any event,
Yeah, now you tell me.
then they come out with the Blues Brothers, and
I heard they're pretty good.
but the people in the audience in front of me
I had no idea who it was.
they're looking at each other going, "Who the hell's that?"
Who's
Yeah,
that?
they have no idea.
They didn't know who the Blues
Yeah,
Brothers were.
oh, look, it's two accountants. That's what they probably
because
thought.
they're 50-year-old
they're-
people and their
well,
parents.
See, that's what I get. That's what I get in the front row that just doesn't understand me.
Guess what?
And that's why.
What?
A blast from your past.
Oh God.
Hello?
Hello.
Who is
Put
it?
the headphones on.
Who is it?
Put the headphones.
You
It isn't the worm boy, is it?
Who is it?
Hello? Oh,
No,
put the
these-
ones on that are plugged in. Just in case that electricity thing catches on.
Okay,
All
hang
right.
on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hello? Got him like Norm Crosby all of a sudden.
Brad.
Yes.
I thought you were going to call me for a rematch.
Hey, you're a worm boy. Let me tell you something, Hilman. Let me tell you something.
Scared.
I was sandbagging. I was kicking back. You were listen. You saw the first jumper at the top of the key,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Didn't you see your whole high school career go before your eyes?
Yeah, it kind of shocked me.
Now, we're talking with
Joe Hilman.
Joe Hilman,
Joe Hilman, man.
who last spring challenged, or actually was challenged by Brad Garrett. We had a little basketball match out
I
here.
kicked his ass. Let's be honest about it.
we
Joe,
s-
tell him like it was.
Tell him like it was. There's 300 people out there who saw it like it was.
Joe,
You know what happened, Joe?
We sent the check to the charity as you requested.
Great. I appreciate that.
And I saw-
Brad,
Well, I'll tell you what's exciting, Joe. After that exhibition I had with you,
Yeah.
I got a call from the series Life Goes On. Hey, I can do it. I can do it. No.
Thank you.
You know what, man? I'm just, it was nice of you to do that, and I hope you learned a little something.
I learned a lot.
Good, man. How's the lady?
The lady's fine. You'll see her tonight.
Oh, God. No, really?
Don't wear your shorts, whatever you do.
I will not be wearing those shorts.
Come on, wear the faggot outfit. You know I love it. Why don't you go with something off the shoulder that says, I'm a Hoosier? Can you do that? I want to see the shoulders, Hilman. You know, Joe, I talked about you in the show last night, and the women, they started going, he's gorgeous, and all that other crap. Yeah, they love you, man. You got a lot of fans in this town. Seriously, man, about the old lady. Really, when are you going to dump her? No, seriously, because I know you athletes, that have been scorned, I mean, Kevin Call's been through 8-9 bitches. I'm telling you.
He's married. He has one wife.
He has one wife, but it's sad because, but Kevin, got, the wife, and now, every half hour she has to blow the whistle, and he runs in the living room, and she lays down. You gotta feed him. You gotta wean him off it. How are you, honey?
Well,
Okay?
Joe, congratulations on your fine game.
Mr. Rwanda's here. Everything okay, honey? Something, really.
Joe, we'll see you tonight at the Broader Comedy Club.
All right, see you,
Joe, wait, hold on, Joe. You coming tonight?
Yeah.
You don't have your IBC gig tonight, Joe?
No.
Oh, good.
Not only after I eat.
Okay.
He's mad about that.
Who, Mark?
What?
But Joe, you really ought to make up your mind if you're going to be on there or on here.
Well, what's wrong with being on here talking to a friend?
Nothing at all, Joe. Thanks.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah. You know what? You're right. You know what, Patrick? You know what? I think Miller's put you over the edge. I think you don't have a little black friend anymore. And you're leaving it out to the white ball players now.
So, Joe, we'll see you tonight.
All right, take care.
Thanks a lot.
Look, okay. All right.
Time for us to move on.
I'm going to eat the fish.
Christy. Don't eat the fish.
That Joe Hilman. You know what, man? If we played to 50.
What was the final score?
It would have been 49.
Well, I had a horse and he had... right? Or something. When he got that first H, did you think my life was going to turn around?
That was a great shot.
Thank you.
Brad Garrett.
Did you see it, Mark?
80 feet.
It was your only shot.
Oh, come on,
That was the only one you got in, Brad.
Yeah, that was. Well, I'll tell you what it was.
That was a great shot.
I don't know how these guys play with all the yelling and screaming. They would have to leave. You'd
have to play to an empty gymnasium.
I got to focus.
Yeah.
I got to focus. But I'll tell you, bowling, Hilman, bowling, and I'll spot him 20. Hey, you're the bowler.
I can bowl, yeah.
Make a phone call. I'll spot him 20 pins, man.
You're a good bowler?
That's the only thing I can do.
Is that right?
That's the only thing I can do. I got about a 230 average. Seriously, for real. And I love the game.
230?
Yeah.
What's your average?
I'm a bad bowler. What's your average?
170.
Oh, you got to show up. you got to be there.
230?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man.
But you know what the key is?
What?
I sit on the blower.
Well, at least you're always dry.
Mark, what if we make a phone call and get a couple bowlers you can interview? Would you be happier?
Oh, yeah.
All right, man.
And we can set up a bowling contest
There's
next
a lot of.
What if one of the world's greatest bowlers, Mike Albee, lives here in Indianapolis?
We tried.
Listens to this show.
We tried to get Mikey. He was unavailable.
Yeah. Well, those bowlers are in such demand.
No, seriously.
He's on the tour.
Well, if they're not hosting the bake-off or cutting the ribbon at Safeway, they're jammed. Those guys. There's nothing like a bowler schedule. You know what I mean? Picking up those spares, 10 frames. How do you mow the lawn? How can guys as large as you not get a damn bowler? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, he was on tour. He's on tour.
We called him. We literally called him.
He's on tour.
Now, what is a pro bowler average?
Pro bowlers are average.
Money-wise?
No. They're
no.
What they get green stamps, don't they now still?
$3 million if they're a quarterback.
I don't know.
Pro bowler.
What would a pro bowler average?
170 is pretty darn good.
I mean, 230 sounds to me like a pro bowling average.
Thank you. I want to thank you for that. But it's you know why?
You really bowl 230?
Yeah, I do. But I enjoy it.
230.
You've never been bowling.
That's if he can't get a lane at 130.
All right. I got the Gordon's fisherman giving me crap behind me. Right? Would you just go stand on the bow? We'll honk. I could throw me some hardball. I could throw some rock.
We will do our best. Next
Bumper
time
bowling. Bumper bowling only.
Next time we're here, we'll bowl.
Swear to God.
Promise.
It's a done deal.
All right, man.
Okay,
All right.
Christy?
Well, big pat on the back to Bob and Tom and all the folks involved in the John Casella Memorial Playground in Rhodius Park. That playground has received a special facility award from the Indiana Parks and Recreation Association. Way to go, guys. Maybe Paul will drive next time. Paul McCartney escaped injury when the car he was riding in collided with a truck on a country road outside of London. Paul on his way to a recording session Wednesday when the crash happened. No one was injured, but the side of Paul's Mercedes-Benz was pretty much dented up. His chauffeur was
Go buy a
driving.
new one.
Yeah, that's it.
Producer George Martin was inducted into the Hollywood Rock Walk, as is tradition. He put his handprints and signature in cement yesterday. He
George
produced the
Bruce
Beatles.
I just think
Yeah, George Martin.
they put the cement thing with the hands. If it's in front of an Italian restaurant, it's slightly different.
Marvelous.
That's true.
Put your feet in this blood. Little memorial to the family.
It took 7 weeks and $1 million to clean up the 1,300 tons of garbage left behind at the Woodstock 94 show in Saugerties, New York. The show's producers originally said that cleanup would only take 1 week and would only cost around $200,000.
Kidding.
What a dog.
Aside from the extra time and extra cost, the biggest disappointment surrounding the job was that less than 2% of the garbage was
The
recyclable.
garbage that you hear was even recycled.
Kmart refused to stock the Black Crowes' new album,
You know about Kmart with the
Amorica,
Black
because
Crow
of its
thing?
controversial
They don't even
cover
want
art.
the album. Black Crows, they don't want that. No, you can't have it. But Boxcar Willie and the Lemon Pipers.
Got it.
We
Fresh
talked
out.
about this yesterday because there's
We are
pubic hair on
fresh
it.
out.
So, no, I'm sorry. Why can't they put the album in the stores?
Because of the pubic art on the cover.
The what?
The pubic hair cover art. There's a girl in a bikini that shows pubic hair.
Oh, that Black Crow. Yes. I am the
Thomas.
scarecrow of love, my goddess.
A lot of folks are
Land and I will
finding that
harvest.
artwork
Well,
offensive. The LA Times and Rolling Stone magazine have banned advertising showing the original art. Walmart, Musicland, Best Buy, and Target have joined Kmart by not stocking the original artwork. However, an alternate cover has been printed up.
How bushy is this woman? She's wearing a bikini.
I don't know, but we can pick it up at Blockbuster or Camelot. They still have the original artworks.
Someone has placed a pubic hair on my Black Crow.
That's right.
So the black bikinis biters. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fascinating.
Believe it or not,
world
Billy
has to
Gibbons
get
and
a life.
Dusty Hill of ZZ Top were beardless at one point, and you can see a photo of them
Unlike
in the packaging of ZZ Top's
Show them
upcoming
shooting
album.
ping pong balls beardless.
Like the bikini bottom.
Boy, would I love to see ZZ Top shooting ping pong balls. Just out of that beard. That's a front row gimme right there. That's the Voodoo Lounge tour, Skipper.
The album set for a November 22 release and contains 17 original blues tracks called from their London and Warner Brother years. So that's One Foot in the Blues, the new ZZ Top
Christy,
album
let me
coming
ask you,
November
do you think my
22nd.
seed could find purchase in your soil?
You'd be planting it pretty far upstream, I'm thinking.
Don't worry about that lung, honey. We slide right by. We're out of the woods, Mary. We're just out of the woods.
I think you'd strike oil over it.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to find that baboon liver quickly. Pronto, my little chimp. Pronto.
It's time now for Sports the Way he sees it, pal, with Mark Patrick. Marcus, how'd you do in your shoot-off yesterday against Don Hine?
Oh, how'd it go?
We won.
You did.
Yep. Byron Scott,
He was hot, huh?
the hero.
How'd you do?
Not bad.
He had a couple.
6 of 11.
6 of 11.
From the three, this is the 3-point shot?
Yeah.
Very good.
That's good.
From
Very
3
good.
Pointville.
Very good.
That 3 is still long. Yeah, I hit my first 3 shots, and so I thought, boom.
Nothing to
Have
it.
you been practicing?
Well, I did yesterday. Yeah,
That's great.
And I hit my first 3, and then in the words of Byron, that big old bear climbed your back. Then
How did Byron do?
Yeah.
he actually kind of started out slow, but he also wasn't
Getting
going
any-
100% either.
Well, let's be honest about Byron. He's no Mark Patrick.
How did Don Hine
which
do?
explains his success in the NBA.
How did Don Hine do?
Heiner did great.
He did?
Yeah, Heiner did exceptionally well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's great.
You beat him by
3-point.
1 or 2 baskets?
Yeah.
Close game.
Very close. Billy Keller did exceptionally well, so it was very close. So they did a great job. It was not a blowout by any means.
So did you make the invitation to Don?
To what?
Well, see, since Mark won.
Oh, I thought it was just between Mark and Don.
It was between our teams.
The thing is, and next time you guys have a contest, I want if Don wins, we're going to let him do Sports the way he sees it, Pell, on this show and make a charitable donation to his favorite charity.
There we go.
See, because all we ever get is Mark's opinion, but this is Mark's show. That's why. See, so this gives Mark something to shoot for him when he does these contests now.
It'll give me motivation to do well. See?
Still,
how's all that TV stuff?
6 from 11.
How's all that? Huh?
Good.
Raking it in, aren't you, man?
Oh, it's
Hands
unbelievable.
over fist,
It's unbelievable. We got a double
Raking
wide
it in.
now.
You got a double wide now.
Mark's the hardest working man in show business.
Yeah.
See, he doesn't sleep.
Oh, you have the full roof?
There's a picture of Mark Patrick at his house getting older.
Yeah. Remember, babe, no pockets in heaven.
That's what I hear, but I want to find out for myself.
Oh, yeah. Off to 7. Boom.
Of course, we have a sponsor for this show.
Do you?
Hardee's. The
Hardee's.
hot melt. Get 2 sandwiches for $2. Right down your alley, pal.
Yeah.
It sure is.
Roast beef and cheddar, hot ham and cheese, or mushroom and Swiss. 2 for $2.
Squeeze my nipples and call me Phyllis. God, I'm in my car.
By the way,
Mention that today. 2 for $2 at Hardee's.
Thank you.
That's great.
we have an interesting guest.
Thank you.
Well, I mean,
And I'm enjoying your company.
I of course, Brad, you're always fascinating as well as incredibly funny and very entertaining.
Hey,
But
you want to play categories but no trousers, Tommy?
yesterday, we got on an unusual topic. And the topic resulted from the fact that someone sent us a magazine, which I think is over there.
This cross-dressing?
Yeah.
It's a magazine for people who cross-dress.
Oh, my God.
And we got on the topic, and people started calling up. And then we found out that we had a opportunity today to have someone who's involved in the cross-dressing. I guess it's a hobby, I guess you'd say.
I think it's a lifestyle.
Could you wait while I go out to the car and get my moo-moo?
Well,
we will.
Would you like to meet our guest? I believe he's here. Is he here? Okay.
Hey, real quickly, let me...
All right.
I did a little math.
Yeah.
My sources tell me that Glenn Robinson is close to signing. Like within the next 24 hours. He may be in uniform for tomorrow night's Bucks opener.
How much you want to bet he isn't?
Well, how much, Mark?
Well, I don't know. They're finally, I imagine that the number is much closer to the Bucks' offer of $60 million than it is to his demand of $100 million.
But so for a fewer,
keep your eye out.
Glenn Robinson ain't the brightest man in the world. You know what I mean? He's going to look at the contract, count the zeros like this, and boom, you blow the whistle, you're off.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be
You know what I'm
wealthy
saying.
man. Yeah.
If
You know
the
what I mean?
Bucks were to pay him over 13 years, that $100 million, and he played in every regular season game over that 13 years, and he averaged 20 points a game. How much is that per bucket?
$3,000.
$9,500.
$9,500
Per bucket.
Per bucket.
Don't you wish you practiced a little bit more now, Brad?
You know, you think somebody would have come to me and go, Ganga, ball, round ball.
Wow.
Nobody. Oh,
That's
see,
amazing.
See what I mean?
We'll see if you're right within the next 24 hours. In the meantime, we do have our special guest.
We have to take a break.
Okay, break first. Oh, wait,
We have to take a break.
We're taking a break first. I want to do this live in the air.
All right, we'll come right back. It's 9:23. 9:27 at Q95. You're with Bob and
They
Tom.
have size
Good
15
morning.
women's shoes.
Yes.
Swear to me. Swear to me.
They have
They do.
pumps.
Oh, wedgies, here I come.
Okay, now, Brad Garrett is our guest, and we're going to meet cross-dresser Andrea Merlin. So, can you bring Andrea in? Okay. Andrea's here.
Okay.
Hello there, gang.
Hi, Andrea.
This one here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that'd be
fine.
Anyone you want.
Andrea.
Oh, I should have worn the higher heels with you
That's
being here
okay.
this morning.
That's
yeah.
okay. I can lay
See
down.
eye
It's
to
not a problem.
You ever met a lady with a kickstand before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, there you go.
But it's okay.
Oh, you should have seen this poor truck driver. I was pulling in the parking lot.
Yeah.
He pulled in after me.
Yeah.
Rolled down his window. He goes, "Hey, baby, you want a party? You like surprise parties, hon?" Yeah.
Oh,
So anyway,
Much
so how are y'all doing? doing?
Good. Let's introduce our guest here now. First of all,
This is Andrea Merlin.
okay, but your other name
Is Taylor Martin.
Taylor Martin.
Yes.
Okay, Andrea, and you are a professional cross-dresser.
Yes. Yes.
Did this fall out of you?
No.
That small?
She's cable ready, I'll tell you.
It's all right. I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body.
Welcome to the club.
Now, Andrea, it says here that you are a transvestite magician.
Yeah,
Am I
right,
correct?
right,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So
That's
unusual.
redundant.
Yeah, well, you should see my magic wand. So it's
God.
Well, actually,
That's the
let's
name
open it
Merlin,
up.
I guess.
Now,
Okay.
can you show? Grab that magazine over there.
Oh, the Tapestry?
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen this before?
Oh, yeah, Tapestry's been around for years.
And this
It has?
is a magazine from. Is it primarily for men who dress
Yeah,
as
it's
women?
mostly for cross-dressers. They do articles on how to hide your beard and how to get a more successful looking body and things like that. Yeah.
No, and I am correct in saying that people who do this are not necessarily gay. Correct. This is a separate category of.
Because
Is it a?
Hey, let's cut the
I've
crap, Heidi.
to be honest, I've been married for 17 years.
I see.
And
Now,
Is that right? Really?
Yeah.
were you a cross-dresser prior to your professional?
Yeah. I started. Well, actually, the first thing I can remember when I was about 8 years old was discovering the Maybelline commercials.
Me too.
Oh, really? Yes. They said
Me
you can
too.
have beautiful eyes like these.
Yes,
I said, why
yes,
not?
and that's what I would say. Yes.
So I got to
You
blame
know
it on
what?
Ed Sullivan,
The Breck girl. I wanted to be the Breck girl.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes.
But you never could get that blonde just right.
Yeah.
You know?
But you want another good news?
So
I'm cleaning my oven right now.
Yes. Oh, God.
Clean my oven if I want.
So really, I found the Maybelline eyeshadow, and I started cross-dressing when I was about 13, and was never embarrassed by it.
Now, what I'm curious about is when some of these men cross-dress in these magazines, they send in their photograph.
Right.
You look at. I mean, a lot of these guys, you look at it and you go, "It's a guy dressed as a woman."
Yeah.
Is part of the fun of this fooling people, or for some of these guys, it's just
It's different things for different people. You can't just generalize. It really is. It's with me. I just took I did the American thing. I took a perversion and turned it into a money-making business. That's America.
Sure.
I'll
There you
tell
go.
No, but, so did you used to cross-dress and walk out in public and?
Well, actually, I never went out in public until I was in college. And then after that, I started using it as part of the Magic Act, and I'm one of the few people that actually works in the straight and gay nightclubs doing the same act.
Me too.
Me too. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to wear heels.
No.
If you did, you really would be hitting your head at the Imperial, wouldn't you?
Oh, I love the Imperial. And you know what? Mr. Stiffies is great.
No.
I love Mr. Stiffies.
But first time in public, I remember.
You haven't heard of Pony Boy, have you? I want you to make a house call.
But anyway, first time in public, I just started telling friends that I did this, and I find out who were your friends and who weren't real fast. And people just really accepted it. And then I started doing the Magic Act and Drag, and I've been in Vegas, and I've done it for the Society of American Magicians convention, for their contest.
Now,
things like that.
Did your wife know about this?
Oh, yeah.
From the get-go?
Oh, no, you can't
I was
hide
going to
it.
say,
Now, does she cross-dress?
No, she doesn't. No.
Okay, so what's
she's a
her
very
story?
She's in public service. We won't tell you what she does because she'll probably lose her job. But she's she's real comfortable with it.
how did you talk about this the very first time, though?
Sort of like what we're doing now.
You just said, "Oh, by the way, honey, I have something I need to tell you."
Everybody. No, see, when I was going to school at what was then Indiana Central College, everybody just always knew. Yeah, small Christian college for small Christians, little bitty ones about this tall. But anyway,
They must have loved her when she walked in.
everybody always said, "Well, you know about Taylor, you know about Andrea." And she said, no. She said, well, you'll find out. And, that was pretty much it. It was pretty well known. I never hid it. And, in fact, I've actually performed at the University of Indianapolis in their dinner theater now in drag.
Are you wearing a wig? I can't.
No, this is all mine.
Okay.
This is all mine. Yeah.
I'm far away. I can't see.
You're not, I can tell. Okay.
Yes, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Is that your real hair color?
This is not my real hair color, but I paid for it.
Is that her real hair color?
Now, when you
I don't know.
So when you're a guy,
No,
do
you gotta
wear it like
ask.
that?
Sure.
When you're-
These
when-
are the questions men ask because women ask completely different questions. The first thing that women usually ask is, "Do you shave your legs?"
Can we talk about the
And-
one-eyed
and I-
liar?
No, and I don't shave my legs. No, I use one of those
Nair.
epiladies.
Ooh.
Well, I rip it out by the roots like a
man.
real man.
how about
love the pain.
How about your beard?
I just use heavy makeup. You can use Dermablend, which is stuff that they use to hide scars with and things. A lot of them have to.
Do you have a fair beard anyway?
No,
Is it easy?
no,
Oh.
I have a very dark beard.
Huh.
I have a very dark beard, very Scottish, like my father.
Yes.
You know, and it's real rough and everything. And but
We're talking with Andrea Merlin, who is also known as Taylor Martin. Andrea is a man who enjoys dressing as a woman and actually performs professionally.
Yeah, I enjoy
as a
it.
woman.
You
Do you
know,
perform
it's-
professionally as a man also?
oh, sure, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I do a lot of shows. Private parties and things like that. I also do colonial reenactment fairs as a colonial magician.
A colonial from the colonial
From
period.
1794.
As a man,
His
though.
name is Rodney
As
the
a
Young
man?
Guy. Yeah, as a
Ladies
man.
and gentlemen,
Well, you
Ben
gotta-
Francis. Bring in the kite, honey. Let the kite go.
Now, have you ever heard the term Eonist?
She shoots the kite out of...
No.
Eonist is another name for transvestite, and that comes from the first governor of New York when we were a colony. He came off the boat, and he had more petticoats than any other woman in the entire colonies. And he actually was a cross-dresser, and they accepted it. America's the only country that doesn't accept cross-dressing. They always think that there's got to be something else on the side. There's got to be... the English, as soon as you see Monty Python, all those guys.
Why is
things
that?
like that.
Why is it with
I think
the
we're just
British
up-
always being in drag? What is it?
Robert Morley wrote an article in Penthouse once about why do the British love to dress in drag.
Oh, there's articles in Penthouse?
It was the anniversary issue. They had to put something else in there too. But the British just seem
Now,
to
it looks like
accept
you
it.
have breasts, or am I hungover?
No, this
Are
is a
they-
wonder bra.
It sure
No,
is.
yeah, it really is.
It sure is. It's a
I
darn
use
wonder.
the good stuff. I'm the only one who can actually, put bra on my tax my tax statement and take it off as a tax.
I don't want to get you
deduction.
crazy, but I'm wearing a teddy right now.
Yeah, well, so am I.
Do you wear the same size as your wife?
No.
Okay, so
No.
is there a special place you have to buy clothes?
Not really. No, large size shops because I am tall.
Do they? Do you usually walk up and say,
I just tell 'em.
I cross dress and I'm.
Yeah, I tell them.
Wanna
And
eat a
they're real
fish?
happy because
Do you shop as a man for women's clothing, or do you shop as a woman? for
Mostly
women's?
as a man. Yeah, I don't like to embarrass people in public.
How do you get heels to fit?
You go to Designer Shoe Warehouse up on Castleton. They have a size 11s through 16s.
Do they really?
Yeah.
There you go, Brad.
Really?
Yeah, there
'Cause
you
I
go.
got
Wow,
a
I had
15
no
too.
idea.
right here.
I mean, what is your man's size? What
is my man's size?
What's your
Of your
size?
shoes, of your shoes, of your shoes, Brad.
Your shoes, Brad.
Let me see my woman's size. I'd be a 7 inches, soft woman size. My man's size, let me tell you, it's scary.
Well, what do you wear?
I could cross dress and have a shawl if I wanted. You know what I said? No, I'm a 15, or as the black people
15,
call it, 3
which means
p.m.
you would probably wear about an 18 woman. So
Oh,
that
my.
means you'd have to...
An 18 woman's.
Yeah.
That's a big wedgie.
Yeah, because an 8 to 10 men's usually is an 11 to 12 womenans. You have to add 2 to 3 sizes.
Have you ever dressed up as a
Wow.
woman for a movie or a skit or something?
I asked him that
we can
earlier.
do this. Shoot, I brought some extra bras here.
Do you have some extra bras?
Yeah, I thought
Okay,
you
I
might
am a
want
B cup.
Oh, well, here, this will
All right,
fit
those
you
are lovely.
perfect. Here, try that
Those
one
are
on.
lovely.
There we go. I did.
Oh, God.
I thought since everybody was talking
Ooh,
about
and the best part
cross-dressing
about
this
it, it
morning,
smells
I think
like
some
brute.
extras. And,
That's really-
here, in case you get... There you go.
I'll pass.
Are these wonder bras?
You'll pass on that? Oh, darn.
Bob
You'll
and Tom
pass
have
until we
actually-
leave, Bobby. Then you'll try it on.
Bob and Tom have actually
Cross-dressing
dressed as
restaurant.
women.
That's a new
Sorry?
idea for you.
What?
Bob and Tom have actually dressed as women.
Oh, they have?
For a
Yeah,
thing
for a
that's-
promotion.
On a
that's
billboard,
right,
and there was
yeah.
problems with that, I heard.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Well,
different.
that's Indiana.
That's because, believe it or not, Brad, our billboard was pulled down because Bob and I were showing too much cleavage.
Is that what
Yeah.
it was?
Yeah.
In the words of Bob, go figure.
Exactly.
So I want to know
Love
what you do
handles
with your
moved up,
hair when
huh?
it's a man. When you're a man, what do you do with your
I
hair?
usually
'Cause
pull it
it's-
straight back. This
and
is
wear a
just lot of-
ponytail or something?
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
okay.
lots of gel and hairspray and
Cool.
perm and stuff, So
Now, let
How
me,
long does it take you to get ready?
it depends on whether I'm shaved or not. If I've shaved within 2 hours, it only takes about 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
How come it only takes him
Why can't
20
my
and it
wife
takes
do
the
that?
women
But, yeah.
5
But I
hours?
do.
And they're already women.
Well, see, I used to work.
You know, you think it would take 3 hours if you're starting with a 3-piece set. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you got to get the masking tape. You know what I
I'm a
mean?
TV.
You got to wrap the lizard. You know what I'm saying?
So you bring up a good point.
Yeah.
Do you do that? Do you have to
Do you have some kind of a tucking device?
or
Some do. I just use I use a boned panty. And it's boned. Not down there. No, not down there.
A boned panty?
A boned panty. It's a high waist,
gave
but
my
it's
love
usually a French cut or something like that.
Had no bones. Just the cross-dressers. Everybody with fake tits. How many of you are actually spraying your area?
I paid enough for these.
I finally found a woman my size.
But I tell you, working in the clubs, working in the nightclubs, I had a friend of mine, God rest her soul, Natasha Edwards, who quite honestly used duct tape. And,
but
Wow.
you enjoyed the pay. I think you enjoyed
well,
taking
she
it
might
off.
have. I don't know.
No.
Wow.
But,
The guys in these magazines that put the ads in, what are they looking for? I mean, they're looking for buddies.
they usually look for women that will accept them, and they can have sort of a lesbian fantasy relationship. Some of them.
So wait a minute. Slow down. Wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
So the guy wants to be a lesbian. So this guy still
Well,
likes
that's the way
women.
I can describe it. Like I said, everybody has a different thing as to why they're going to do it. I did a show 4 years ago in New York City called the Dressing for Pleasure Gala, which I do have books from, which was basically a fetishist convention. And I mean, you had people in all sorts of different forms of dressing.
Now, are there any
Rubber,
fetishes,
PVC.
the so-called fetishes, that you find particularly unusual? Not necessarily offensive, just unusual?
Well, I think the guy that was in the Pony Girl outfit that had the 200 buckles and snaps on the leather.
Pony Girl!
Yeah. Wait here. Wait a minute.
ready, Tom.
Let me look this up for Brad.